feel like telling any jokes, you guys. You know, I'd like to talk serious. What does all this mean? What is life about? What is the whole...
Look, there's Alan Dick!
To a lot of people, this is the American dream. Pretty car, pretty beach, pretty girls, pretty boring. You ever try to live like this 24 hours a day? Well, I have. And it's not for the squeamish. Come on, nobody in America really lives like this. If you want to find the American dream, you've got to go someplace where reality isn't just something people talk about on a rainy day.
Riding down the highway, searching for the promised land. Oh, yeah. Times just keep on changing, and we're doing the best we can. Everybody's looking for easy street from New York to St. Paul. Working 9 to 5 just to keep alive and trying to have it all. The American dream. Find your place in the sun.
Before we can even begin discussing the American dream, let's turn the clock back about 40 years. World War II was over. Our allies' economies were in ruins. Japan and Germany crushed and defeated. The Russians had over 20 million dead. Boy, those were the days, huh? Back then, we made everything. You wanted a foreign car then, you strapped a couple of wheels and an old bomb casing. That was your foreign car, pal. Yes, sir, Cadillac was the car, Lucky Strike was the cigarette, and Coca-Cola was the drink. Now, Cadillacs have got Chevy engines, cigarettes can kill you, and Coke. I didn't want to talk about that one. So what happened to the American dream? Did it go away, or did it just change? Like most Americans, after a long, humorous day, I enjoy a good home-cooked meal. Hey, this looks like a good place.
Park your car, sir?
There's the great thing about our society. Whenever there's a need, there's always an enterprising young American there ready to fill it. Sure, son, that'll be fine. It's an awful lot of guys to park one car, isn't it, fellas?
An awful lot of cars, sir.
Well, I guess you're right.
Gee, this place is perfect.
Oh, bonjour, Monsieur Leno.
Oh, gee, I hadn't expected to be recognized.
Would you do us the honor of performing tonight?
Performing? Well, gee, I just came in to have a bite to eat. I can't imagine going on now.
Do you know you're really considered as a genius in France?
A genius in France? Well, I guess I could go on before the appetizer. It's a bit unorthodox. All right.
Well, merci. Would you like to step away?
This way, all right.
Merci. Bonsoir encore. Et je voudrais vous présenter ce soir celui que vous attendez et que vous connaissez déjà. C'est Monsieur Jay Leno.
Thank you, Patrick. Kind of classy with the French opening, I think. You may look for Patrick. He'll be starring in the French version of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, I think. Pretty kind of exciting. Well, good to see you. A lot of American citizens here tonight. See, me, I drive probably the last of one of the truly American cars. I've got a 1955 Buick Roadmaster. This is when they built cars out of steel. No padded dashboard on this car. You hit your head in the dash, they hose it off and sell it to somebody else. Now you can turn off the siren, Bob. He was driving a Buick. What a death wagon this thing is, boy. Radio knobs look like Bowie knives sticking out of the dash, you know. The windshield's about 7 feet from the steering wheel, so if you hit something, you just freeform through space for 2 minutes. Yeah, bam, right through the plate glass window. And this is a big car. This car seats 7 for dinner. All right, this is your car. The car is big, it's clumsy, it eats gas, but it's great for scaring the hell out of Honda Civics on the highway, boy. Boy, you pull up behind a Honda Civic, he thinks it's Jaws. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Eep, eep, taking up all full-length, little head, big steering wheel. Look like a maniacal weevil driving this thing. About once or twice a week, I find a Toyota Corolla crushed up under the fender wells. You know, kind of get on the highway. Out of the way, out of the way. My mom wanted to be patriotic. My mom bought a Chevette. What a Cheerio box this thing is. Hey, it's a nice car. It's a cute car. It's got no power. Put a bag of groceries on the seat next to me. I got a downshift to keep it moving. And it's little. You know, you don't realize how little these cars are until you drive them. I'm driving this stupid thing, pull out to my house, open the door, I hit this wall. I said, geez, I remember this wall being here. It was the curb. I got it set up to cut grass now. Try and make a few dollars.
The automobile has always been a big part of the American dream. In fact, something like 1 out of every 7 Americans is employed either directly or indirectly in the automotive industry. Now, many of these same jobs seem to be threatened by cheap imports from Europe and Japan. See, the thing that sticks in my craw are these naysayers who seem to feel we can't build a high-quality small car in this country. Well, to these doubting Thomases, I say poobah. In fact, there's a company right here in Chicago, the American heartland, that pound for pound is building a small car efficiently, cheaply, and they're using American labor. Come on, let's take a look. What an operation you got here, Joe.
We're very proud of it.
Now, what is this machine here? What's happening?
Well, that's a mechanized die-cast body molding assembly line.
Boy, when you see this kind of thing, you really get the feeling the American automobile industry is coming back strong, huh, Joe?
Really coming back strong.
How long a lot of these people been with you?
Well, most of them 10 to 30 years.
10 to 30 years. Can I talk to some of them?
Sure, go right ahead.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, Ray Johnson.
Ray Johnson, American citizen, are you?
Sure am.
Let me ask you, do you own any of these cars you produce?
I do, about 10 of them.
You have about 10 of them. Well, there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Buying what you make. That's the American way. Taking the American dollar and recycling it through our own economy. Good talking to you, Ray.
Thank you.
So you started with the company when?
I was 14.
What was your job?
Shipping room, then union shop steward.
Now you're plant manager.
That's right.
Well, that's kind of the American dream,
You better
isn't
believe it.
it? Let me ask you, Joe, speaking bluntly, you've got to compete with Germany, Japan, England, other third world countries.
Right.
How do you do it? Keep our standard of living.
Well, usually automation, mechanization, computers.
Computers, those would be American computers?
Better believe they're American computers.
Let me ask you something else. I see a lot of the metal work is done here. I imagine the painting and the detailing, is that done in Taiwan or somewhere?
No, that's done right here.
Right here?
Right here.
Can we take a look?
Sure thing.
All right.
This is our automatic car and truck paint line.
Pretty sophisticated. I know the Japanese cars only have 2 or 3 colors available. How many do you have available?
We've got at least 30.
At least 30. Well, that would be freedom of choice, wouldn't it, Joe?
It certainly is.
Joe, I imagine like all the major automobile manufacturers in this country, your cars have to meet all the government regulations.
We sure do.
And have they all been crash tested?
We sure have.
Can I put you on the spot and crash test one right now?
Go right ahead.
All right, let's put on our safety goggles. After all, this is not child's play. Just pick anyone off the lot?
Anyone.
Again, I want to stress, these are not conditions the average motorist would run into in the highway problem.
Absolutely right.
Boy, that's American quality. The American gas station, remember when they used to be called service stations? Oh, you used to pull in, check your oil, check your water, let me get that windshield for you. Not your local mobile station lately? This station owned and operated by Abdul Yashima. You know, the guys are cooking dogs in the work bay there. There's men with sabers up on the lift. They're having a holy war with the Iraqi Chevron station down the street. They got a goat in the men's room, 3 o'clock, they're all doing this there, you know. Hey, I'm trying to buy unleaded. And you got companies like Arco. Here's another genius company. Here, see what Arco has done? This is kind of interesting. They've managed to combine the all-night mini market with the 24-hour gas station to try and give you a one-stop robbery center.
See, this way, criminals don't have to drive around all night wasting gas. Oh, you pull in at 9:15, you shoot the attendant, you're in bed by 11, you know? Try and find a good mechanic is another joke. Well, General Motors has their clown, Mr. Goodwrench. Hey, what nationality is the name Goodwrench? Is some kind of Indian name? I'm good. You work with wrench. They're known as Goodwrench. And of course, Mr. Goodwrench, just the most honest mechanic in the world, this guy. A new engine? Oh, no, Mrs. Smith. Why, it's just this little 29-cent fuse. Oh, there'll be no charge. Of course, this guy's never around when you bring your car in for service. Mr. Goodwrench here, Mr. Goodwrench? Yeah, well, yeah, he ain't here right now, but his brother-in-law, dead battery, you take care of it. But anyway, we are in town. You know why we're here. We're doing a thing about the American dream. So we thought we'd talk to some folks in the audience, see what they think. We didn't know there'd be a spot quiz, apparently, there. How about this, gentlemen? What do you think the American dream is, sir? Thank you for dressing for the show tonight, sir. What, you figure to be on TV, seen by millions of Americans. I'll put on this thing. This is clean enough. I'll wear this. What? Now, what kind of work do you do, sir?
I work in the mental health field.
You work in the mental health field. Now, why did you take that job? Hoping to meet Miss Wright?
Good question.
Maybe you can introduce us to Sarah Jane Moore after the show, possibly. So what do you think the American dream is, sir? Probably being able to think correctly, probably, I guess. No, what is the American dream, do you think?
Money. Good.
Money, good time, fun, and good sex. Gee, it's hard to believe the Japanese are ahead of us. How about you, sir? What do you do?
I'm a student at the University of Notre Dame.
Student at the University of Notre Dame. Now, what are you taking? What's your major?
Attempting electrical engineering.
Attempting electrical engineering. Yeah, what's Dad shelling out? About $11,500 a year for you to attempt to take electrical engineering. If that doesn't work out, maybe working with clay. How about you, sir? What do you do?
I'm an attorney.
An attorney. Now, what kind of law? Just screwing widows and orphans, that kind of thing? Driving the elderly from their homes? Now, what kind of law?
Criminal.
Criminal law. Well, that's... Criminal law is... No, you know why? This is why we need attorneys. Because even in America, our most basic credo, is that the word I want? It really does not make a lot of sense. Is this not true? If I'm walking down the street in America, minding my own business, and a policeman comes up to me and demands identification, and I remain silent, I can be arrested. Right? But once arrested, I now have the right to remain silent. So perhaps martial law is the answer, sir. How about this lady here, the blonde lady? What do you think? Why do people look so surprised? I'm standing there, I walk a foot, and the woman goes, oh! I was standing there not a moment ago. Now, what do you do?
I'm a sales rep.
A sales rep? Yeah, I'm a comedian. Now, a sales rep for what kind of thing?
I work for a tobacco company.
Tobacco company? Oh, I guess so. Oh, yeah, aren't we so moral, the rest of us here? Oh, yes. There's the dioxin salesman over there has nothing. Now, what do you do? Run around the country crossing out the Surgeon General thing on the side? Go into stores? Cross that up? How about this young lady? What do you think the American dream is? Any ideas? See, we're trying to find out here. I came all the way from L.A. for this. What do you think it is?
Money.
Money, again. I mean, any particular... How do you get the money?
Beg, borrow, steal.
Beg, borrow, steal. I guess work would be foolish at this point.
Most of these people work in offices. But what kind of offices? Let's take a look, shall we?
Here in Chicago, we're fortunate to have examples of 3 periods of office buildings. One from the past, one from the present, and an exciting new experiment, the office building of the future. But let's start with the past. This prehistoric building, or office henge as it was called, was built at a time when bureaucrats were more hunched over, hence the shortened doorway. As in modern times, the real workers, the clerical people, the secretaries, they maintained the bottom floor, and the most useless types, the executives, the lawyers, advertising people, newscasters, they maintained the uppermost levels. But let's move on to the present, because this is where most of us have chosen to live. I'm in one of the largest office buildings in Chicago. These corporate temples were built at a time when the executive was considered a sort of demagogue. Notice the hive-like structure. The chief executive, or queen bee, if you will, would oversee the activities from the uppermost point.
In these buildings, conditioning of the worker was paramount, and they were designed towards that end. For instance, the glass elevators. These were built with a twofold purpose. One was to frighten the employee by taking him to great heights and suspending him over a precipice. The second was to remind the employee that until the end of the workday, there was no way down. Fortunately, times are changing. The office building of tomorrow is designed to be, well, to use an old-fashioned term, user-friendly. For example, replacing the terrifying antiquated elevator system, a simple stairwell will be used. The purpose, twofold. One, by walking or jogging to work, the employee reaches the workplace happy, invigorated, ready to start a new day. Secondly, unlike the elevator system, which if it failed would send a boxload of workers plunging 30 or 40 stories to the concrete below, should something go wrong in the employee's descent back, he would merely grab the innovative safety rail or banister, thus protecting himself from injury. I'll be right there, Mr. Honeywell.
That should take care of it, Joe. Let's talk about energy efficiency. These monoliths of today are hot in the summer, cold in the winter. Many have no ventilation of any kind. Why, to change the temperature even 1 degree requires huge banks of generators operating at enormous expense. No more than 70 pounds of pressure on that, Jim.
In the office of tomorrow, they've got the energy problem licked. A simple system of sliding panes are used, which allow the air to enter at the bottom, circulate through the workplace, and exit out the top. And since these panes are operated manually, there's a second benefit: exercise. In the information gathering age of today, the computer is king, but let's face it, they're not infallible. A power outage, a spilled beverage, an erratic child with a small video game, all these things could erase all important data up to that point. Imagine all that pointless work in vain. In the office of the future, information will be collected in books, printed in ink, and impervious to electrical storms, power outages, or mischievous children. Yes, there'll be no more staring at screens emitting dangerous cathode rays. In the future, employees will read at work, just as 200 to 300 Americans do at home today. Here we are in the austere, faceless workplace of today. Look at these identical management stations, each with a worker drone, busily working, their lives expiring in a hum of pointless activity, not to mention the indirect lighting and the naked exposure to scrutiny by the queen bee executive upstairs. In the workplace of tomorrow, there are no management stations, just individual offices. This gentleman is working at a large handmade desk, which he has chosen to decorate in an individual fashion. The soft lighting, the assorted trinkets, the doodads, the heavy leather chair. That's real leather, not naugahyde, putting an end to the senseless slaughter of millions of young Naugas every year. He looks like he's doing a job that's obviously enriching his life. Let's leave him, shall we? Come on. In the office of today, the worker is prone to vertigo, confusion, unseen toxic poisons. They can't wait to get out of there. Whereas in the office of the future at the end of the day...
All right, everybody, time to go.
Oh, gee, we have to? Yes, where you work. Sometimes it's more important than what you do.
Young lady, now what do you think the American dream is?
Self-satisfaction.
Self-satisfaction. Is that... I guess... She's not thinking of what you're thinking of, sir, apparently. Well, what would self-satisfaction be?
Different for every person.
Well, it is different for every person. Rather than survey everyone, I thought I'd ask you in particular. That's why I came to you. How about you, sir? What do you think the American dream is?
2 chickens in every garage.
2 chickens in every garage. Okay. I think you've shown just how hard my job can be at times, sir. Now, obviously, the dream of being a comedian has been dashed, sir. No. All right. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a student.
A student? Now, what is your major there?
It's liberal arts right now.
Liberal arts? Well, you get a degree in liberal arts. You go for a job. Well, you got a degree in liberal arts, huh? Why don't you take cab number 7? Yeah, that's... What? How about you, sir? A student as well?
I go to law school.
You go to law school? No, what year are you in law school?
My second year.
Second year, so you're still pretty much watching People's Court for credit, aren't you, sir? What kind of law you want to go into?
Personal injury, I think.
Personal injury? Gee, does that pay well? there's a woman with leather pants. Are those leather pants? Probably tying up some Shriners after the show, are you? No. All right. Hey. All right now. All right. Hey. All right. We'll turn the car around right now if there's another rubber. Your dad ever say that when you were a kid? My dad would say that every summer vacation. We'd go on a trip. My brother and I'd be screaming in the back seat. My father says anything. Hey, we'll turn the car around right now. We'll go right back home. Go ahead, Dad. We're 19 states from home, 2,700 miles. Go ahead, Pop. Use up all the deposit money. Go ahead. Now what kind of work do you do?
I'm a student.
A student. Where at?
Northern Illinois University.
Northern Illinois University. Now, apparently they have a remedial program there as well. Why did you pick Northern Illinois? Unwanted pregnancy?
No.
All right. Now what is your major there?
Communication.
Communications. So what would that be? Learning to use push-button phones, that kind of thing? Adjusting the treble? How about this gentleman, sir? What do you do for a living?
I work on the options exchange.
What does that mean?
Well, we buy the right to buy and sell things.
You buy the right to buy and sell things. Now we're selling the right to buy and sell things. Now, what do you think the American dream is, sir?
I think it's self-sufficiency.
Self-sufficiency. Not intelligent man here nodding, sir. What does that mean, self-sufficiency, sir?
This means that you got to get in a position where nobody else can tell you what to do, and you can do it whatever you want to do for yourself.
Is that the position you're in now?
No.
No. So for you, it's still pretty much a dream, isn't it, sir? Well, what else is the American? Leisure time, is that part of the American dream? Yeah. Who says yes? Leisure time, what'd you say? Yeah. Now, what do you do with your leisure time?
Travel.
You like to travel, play games, that kind of thing? You ever play, like, Trivial Pursuit? Is that like?
Yeah.
Now, you like Trivial Pursuit? How many people here like this game? Now, see, here is a game that only works in the 80s. Really? This game could not be invented in any other time. Now, think about this. You have to be intelligent to play the game, right? Pretty much. Let's be honest. Yes, you do. Sure to do well in the game. But you go back 100 years. What did intelligent people? Thomas Edison invents a light bulb. George Washington Carver. How do you get more crops from a single seed? Amelia Earhart flower. Now the sons, the daughters, the grandchildren of these intelligent people, I sit around at night going, okay, what was Goober's middle name? But suppose you don't like to play Trivial Pursuit. Suppose you want to grab the brass ring. Go for the gusto. Your idea of the American dream is to spend a dime and make a dollar. Where do you go?
Bingo.
What is it you're doing exactly?
We're getting all of the balls lined up in their numbers so they'll read on the board. That way everyone knows that everything's in there.
Oh, I see.
Because a lot of times some ball won't come out at all, all night long. We get a lot of ribbing about that.
I think those would be called complaints, wouldn't they? Yeah. I guess management would call them ribbing. They would call it complaints.
Right.
Yeah. Now, are you ladies from Chicago?
Yes, we are.
Oh, so you're born here?
Yes.
Local girls, eh?
Yes, we are. All right, what do you need? The Dolly sisters.
The Dolly sisters.
That's what we are, yes.
You ever meet any guys here? You ever meet any guys?
No.
Do you come here to meet men or strictly professional bingo?
The men only play bingo. They don't. They can't do anything else. If you look around, you'll notice. It's in their mind, but that's about all.
It's in their minds, but that's about all.
That's about all.
B1.
Now, what's your name? You're?
Polia Silvio.
Polia?
Yes.
Hi, my name's Jay. Now,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How many cards you playing with here?
50.
You play 50 games and you use... Someone
no,
said you use...
50 cards.
Oh,
you
50
play
cards.
13 game.
I see. 50 cards and you use no chips?
No.
You mean you remember where every number is?
Every number. When I'm come from over there, I remember my number. I'm hold bingo from over there.
You remember... Come on, really?
Really? You watch me after the game starts.
How do you do that? Now,
I do it, because I'm no read, no write. God, He give me something to I remember everything.
No, wait, now, you don't read or write, yet you can remember all these?
All this number.
I-20. I-20.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is James Roden.
James, Jay Leno. How are you? You're? Bonnie, how are you? Now, what are you guys doing here? It looks like you're putting up wallpaper. What's happening?
I got cards taken down. Well, instead of going to the tavern, we come here to play bingo.
I see.
My wife won't let us drink, so we gotta come here.
Most guys tell their wives they're coming here and then go to the tavern. Isn't that the way it works?
Yeah.
Because you're too honest for your own good.
B7. B7.
Let me see if I got this straight. You memorized all those numbers.
Yeah.
You memorized all the people in here. Now,
Right.
I just saw you ask that guy what my name was.
Who's the guy?
I just see you ask him what my name was.
He never told me his name. How do I want to know his name?
No, you asked him what my name was.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I just told you my name 3 minutes ago.
Jim.
Under the B10. B10.
Well, let's suppose you just won the big bingo. You got $500 in your pocket. Where do you go? Come over here to the gift shop, right?
Right.
Can you point out some of the popular... Let me ask you first something here. You got these clowns hanging by their neck. Is that any particular reason?
No, just for show. They sit or they lay on the bed.
Oh, I see. Or they hang by their neck. Okay.
Right.
What are some of that? What is this? This is a...
That's a picture frame with a verse on it.
Now, can you get it with other people, or you have to keep those people
Well,
on
you
it?
put your own people.
Oh, I
if you
see.
want.
I see. But if your people aren't as attractive as these people,
Right,
you can
we
use
use
their
those.
picture. Okay. And a lot of candy, a big seller?
Yes, it is.
A lot of candy. You got Statue of Liberty. Now, there's only one left. Is this a big mover?
Yes, it was at the time when I first
now,
brought it in.
is this one of those hollow ones?
No, that's solid milk
Solid
chocolate.
milk chocolate. Okay.
Bingo's been called. Hold your cards, please.
Is this your first big win?
In a long time.
How long? How long?
I'd say about 2 years.
2 years. So how often do you come here?
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday for
Right.
2 years, and you won $400.
Yeah.
How many hours you spend here a night on a Saturday?
Well, on a Saturday, I go to 2 bingos in the morning and here. And
So
that's it.
$400 over 2 years, that comes out
Don't
to
count.
about 42 cents an hour, right?
Yeah, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, but you enjoy it.
We're playing a diagonal 7.
My dad was 75 on his last birthday, you know, and I thought, well, geez, my dad and I, we always got along good. We always had a good time, you know, certainly been a good dad, but I never officially told my dad that I loved him. This is real awkward for a lot of men. Women do it good. You see mothers and daughters, all the, you know, fathers and sons, this is very awkward. And I figured, I was in Raleigh, North Carolina on my dad's birthday, and I said, gee, my dad's 75. Rather than just call up and say happy birthday like I do every year and send him a present, this year I'm going to tell him I love him, you know, make it official so he knows. Geez, this was the most awkward thing. I dial the phone. You know, my father answers the phone the same way he's been answering the phone for 75 years. Yellow! You know, he can't say, hey, hello. He's got to go, yellow! Say, hi, Dad, how you doing? Who's this? Who's this? Dad, it's me, Dad, you know. Oh, hello, son, how you doing? I said, fine, fine. I said, gee, I'm down here in Raleigh, you know, I was thinking about you being 75 and all, you know. Certainly been a good dad and everything. I just want to let you know that I kind of like, He goes, what? I can't hear. I said, well, nothing. And I was thinking about you being 75, you know, getting up there, you know, God forbid something should happen. Just want to let you know that I care about you. You stuck? You want me to come get you? I said, no, I'm not stuck. I said, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. I said, I was thinking about you being 75, you know, you sure have been a good dad, had a lot of good times. And I just, you know, I want to let you know that I, you know, that I love you. I just want to let you know that I love you. Oh, you love me? Okay, I'm going to put your mother on the line now. I said, okay, Dad. It is awkward. It is awkward. It is hard. But that's, again, see, that's another good reason to come back here. Because when I walk around the streets, yeah, you see a lot of the old kind of moms. You know type of little round moms, 4x4 Pepperidge Farm moms, you know, that little iron tank model from Eastern Europe, you know, that kind of. See, in California where I live now, the moms smoke dope and wear halter tops. And, you know, you got grandmothers with names like Bambi and Muffin, you know, that. I got the kind of mom that irons socks, you know what I mean? They iron the toe of the socks in case your shoe falls off someplace important. People know you come from a good home, you know? It's an important part, certainly. Okay. Children? You have children? 4 children. And this is your wife? Oh, you see, your wife is home exhausted, sir. Pretty strict parents? No? Not strict? Just kind of Lord of the Flies down at your house, sir? Piggy on the chandelier and all that? Any other parents who's got kids? Anybody got kids? Maybe that's a part of the dream.
The American dream. My American dream is to grow up and have a great life, being a great accountant, and would like to make a lot of money doing good work for rich and poor people.
I want to be a lawyer or a doctor. I don't know which one yet.
Yeah. Why? Why a lawyer or a doctor?
Because I would want to help people.
See, if you became a lawyer and a doctor, both, you could sue yourself.
Most people, it's whatever dream that you really want the most.
What do you really want the most?
To become an eye doctor.
An eye doctor? Now, why, that's interesting. Why an eye doctor?
Because I like to help people see better with glasses.
I want to be a veterinarian.
Be a veterinarian. You like animals? You work with animals?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a real good dream. That's a real good dream. You think that can happen?
Yeah,
Why do you think it can happen?
because if you try hard enough, it might.
So that's what the American dream is. You think in other parts of the world, no matter how hard people try, there's just no chance they can do it?
No.
No, so you think anybody, no matter where they are, if they work hard, they can get what they want?
No.
No? Why not?
Because some places aren't free.
They aren't free.
Like America.
So the American dream is what? It's being able to
be free.
To be free, to do
Whatever you want.
whatever you want to do. Hello, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What's your name?
Lola Garcia.
Okay. How about you? What have you ever heard the term the American dream?
No.
Never heard it?
No.
So you can go back to sleep again. And what do you want to do when you grow
I
up?
want to be a lawyer.
A lawyer? What,
Yeah.
Any kind of lawyer?
Just a lawyer.
Like Judge Wapner?
No.
Oh, okay. Judge Wapner's a lawyer.
I know, but he's crabby.
He's crabby? Have you ever heard the expression the American
No.
dream? No? Any idea what it is?
No.
What do you think it is? What is your dream?
To be a bus driver.
To be a bus driver.
Hey, shut up!
Hey, what's the matter with that?
Come on now.
Well, let me ask you a question. Why a bus driver?
I don't know.
You like to drive?
Yeah.
You like buses, right?
Yeah.
So, what's the best thing to be?
A bus?
A bus driver. All right, let me ask you, who here has parents from another country?
Scottish.
Scottish, that's like me. My mom is from Scotland. My mom was born in Scotland and my dad's Italian.
Where in Scotland?
In Glasgow.
Oh my God.
Is your mom from Glasgow? Maybe your mom went to school with my mom. And where'd your parents come from?
India.
India?
Mhm.
Wow, that's the award for about the furthest, isn't it? That's about as far away as you can get. And you, where are your folks from?
From Mexico.
Both your parents?
Yes.
How old were they when they came here?
My father was 35 and she was around 23.
Oh, okay.
Came real.
So your dad was
Pretty old.
pretty old, probably over the hill, could barely walk at age 35.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jamila.
Jamil. And where are your folks from?
Mississippi.
Mississippi? Well, Mississippi's not another country. How long have you folks been? How long have you folks been in Chicago?
About 20 years now.
20 years. You ever been to the country of Mississippi?
Mm-hmm.
You've been down there, crossing state borders and all that kind of thing? What are people like in Mississippi? They speak a different language?
No.
No, they speak the same language as we do. What are the odds of that? I think we've all learned something here today. I know I have. These kids, or rather young men and women, have really proved themselves to be quite mature. I'm going to leave them alone now and let them reflect on the American dream. How many children do you have? 2. Now, is this your husband? No, where are the kids now? You just tie them to some sort of tether rope and go out for the... How old are the children?
15 and 12.
15 and 12. Pretty strict parents?
Yes.
Oh, real? Yeah, pretty strict. Now, when these kids do something wrong, who disciplines them, mom or dad?
Depends on who's there at the time.
I guess. Oh, one holds the child while the other one gets out the cigarette. Is that it? Who's worse, generally, mother or father? Huh? Father. Oh, the mother is much worse. You do something wrong, dad hit you once or twice, leave in disgust. He's so fed up. Mom come in, hit you, leave for 10 minutes, think about it, get even madder, come back, start hitting you again. I see. Okay, well, here's a man, obviously, molesting a woman here. No, what was that? Was that one gold chain you have on there? Yeah. So I guess that would be the Mr. T starter kit. No. Now, is this a date?
Yes.
Taking a dinner?
We didn't have time. It's an early show.
Oh, I see. Oh, how many guys use that? No, they were... Are you taking a dinner later, sir?
Sure.
Where did somebody take me the other day? Oh, geez. Benihana, you ever been to one of these things? One of these Japanese... You like this? Do you like this? You know, I sit there, I always feel like I'm a prisoner in some bad World War II film, you know? Guy, another piece of steak, Yankee dog, bing! And they bring out the guy with the 2 knives. You ever see this guy? He's sitting there, he's bouncing my meat off these 2 air conditioning ducts. When I saw a piece of my tenderloin ricochet off the urinal, that's it, pal, I'm out of here, I'm walking. Again, it was my parents' 50th anniversary this year, and I figured I'll be the good son, buy my ticket to heaven, I'll take him to Europe, you know, go to restaurants and that. European food is not, I don't like it. It's what do we have the first night in England? The baked face of leprechaun. Have you ever had this with the sheep's stomach pudding? You know what they do in Europe? They use all the parts of the animal we throw away. You look in their dumpster, there's the prime rib, there's the tenderloin, they're saving the lungs and the pancreas to make some kind of colon tartare or something. Now, see, now what is this? Priggy Ogie with scrumpy sauce. I didn't make this up. This is actually on here. This sounds like some kind of Muppet meal. What is that?
Now, the scrumpy sauce is a delicate sauce made of apple cider, and it's topping a delicate puff pastry.
A delicate puff pastry? Yes. Yeah, just a thing after a big street fight, huh? Now this one, cocky leaky, that sounds like some kind of Chinese medical term. What is that?
Now, this one is a soup from the 19th century. They used to have this fight of cocks, and the loser who died during the fight was going in the pot. So
I see, soup from the 19th century. Must be good if they got that much of it left over, huh?
We are only working with fresh ingredients, fresh herbs, fresh products. And here you have, for example, this fresh lobster with snow peas.
Traditionally, French meals are a little on the small side. Is that really enough food for one guy?
I should say it's even for 2.
That's for 2? For 2 things? Yes. Gee. Now, what is this man making here?
This is a fresh sauce. He's a maître saucier, the sauce master.
Sauce master?
You would say.
Now, see, that's funny. In the States, a sauce master would be like an alcoholic or something like that.
He's working with a little touch of alcohol, but I should say just a little touch.
Just a little touch.
Yes.
Now, this is a pretty exclusive clientele you get here. Thank you. Would you mind if I talk to some of the patrons?
Please do.
Excuse me. How you folks doing? Now, obviously, this is a very expensive restaurant. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a corporate lawyer.
Corporate lawyer. And you, sir?
I'm a tanning counselor.
Tanning counselor. Well, obviously, this is some kind of big business dinner for you folks. Again, I'm hopelessly American. If it doesn't come in a styrofoam box with some kind of lid on it, you know, I really don't enjoy it. What do you like, buddy? You like French fancy restaurants, or you like this place?
I like this place.
No, why? Why do you like this place?
Well, Italian people. I like Italian food.
Every day you have the same thing? What is that?
No, sometimes I have beef. Other times I have a combination, maybe a barbecue.
People don't come here to dine. They come here to eat. We're talking with Chef Dom. Dom, how are you?
Jay, how you doing?
I'm fine, I'm fine. Can you tell us a little bit about the place? Now, this is Mr. Beef. Is that the name of the restaurant?
Yes, sir. It's Mr. Beef on Orleans.
Now, was there ever a Joseph Beef, a man who came here with some kind of a vision to
No, I think he just had an idea.
An idea, and the idea was what?
They have the best beef sandwich in town.
The best beef sandwich.
The best beef sandwich in
So
town.
no escargot or truffles here, I guess.
No,
huh?
no, sir.
Now, this would be the kitchen here, I guess. Huh?
This is where we
the
prepare
legendary
it.
beef?
Here
now,
it
this
is.
would be, I guess, a small sandwich, huh? For a guy that maybe had a big breakfast and wants a little snack, huh? And this would be the sausage, huh?
Yeah, right now we're cooking Italian sausage, Jay.
Let me ask you a question. Where's the sausage come from? Now, I don't understand this sign. We have the legal right to refuse service to anyone. What does that mean?
What don't you understand?
How's that work?
How's it work? Watch. Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'm waiting on a sandwich.
You're waiting on a sandwich. Get out of here. What? Get out. Get out. Read my lips. Get out of the store. Get out. Yeah, some sort works good, right?
You know, here at the Mr. Beef dining room, there's none of this fancy outdoor quiche cafe look, boy. This is your basic eating. I mean, honestly, what we call penitentiary-style dining. Really, now, if the food wasn't good, would you eat here? No, we haven't, sir. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. A lot of people. Well, no. See, it's not lost for a lot of people. Rocky, Rambo, is that the American Dream? Everybody see these films? How many people saw Rambo? Yeah, it was in a. I read the book, which was. Again, it wasn't a book. It was a pamphlet from the John Birch Society. You know, just kind of a two-page Rambo opens fire, page to the end. You know, this kind of. Now, see, a lot of people make fun of Rambo and Commando. You know, these movies. But let's face it. This is the American way. I mean, Schwarzenegger and Stallone, what they've done is they've opened up the acting profession to a lot of people who couldn't get into it when speech was a major requirement. Now, any cave dweller that can wield a tire iron in a public saloon is a potential Academy Award winner. That's certainly American way, isn't it? Certainly when you think about it. Hey, Uncle Sam.
Hey, I'm all tapped out.
I don't want to borrow any dough, Uncle Sam. I just want to talk to you. What'd you think of Rambo? Bet that's your kind of picture.
No, I prefer Duke. Actually, this guy's kind of a bleeding heart.
A little on the wimpy side?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you can help me. You know, I'm here in Chicago. I'm talking to people about the American dream.
Nobody believes in that old chestnut anymore.
Well, I still believe in it. I just don't know who to talk to. I don't know where to go.
Oh, neither do I.
Thanks, Uncle Sam.
Hey, kid, just thought of something. The place I used to go, haven't been there a long time, probably a discotheque now. Will you go down there and take a look? Used to be a lot of people down there believe in the American dream. Yeah, got nothing.
Thanks. Hey, can I buy you a drink, Uncle Sam?
No, thanks. I gotta go to work.
Work? What kind of work you do?
Promotional stuff.
Come on, like what?
Well, tonight I have a ribbon-cutting ceremony in Lake Forest.
You mean like a bridge or a monument or something?
No, I'm opening a Toyota dealership.
Oh,
well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Toyota dealership.
I'm going to ask each of you who is about to become a citizen to stand and to raise your right hand while I administer the oath of citizenship, that you will support and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, or that you will perform work of national importance under civilian direction when required by the law. If this is your oath, please say, I do. I do. I want to welcome all of you aboard. The best of luck to each of you, and God bless you.
Amazing, isn't it? I mean, just a couple of hours ago, these people were, well, they're aliens. Now they're American citizens. I mean, if the American dream can have any kind of foundation, then the cornerstone must be citizenship. Let's find out what a good citizen should know. How many houses are in the state legislature?
Okay, all states have 2 houses except Nebraska. So
That's absolutely right. What was a Louisiana Purchase?
It is the largest single chunk of land bought by the United States from France.
That's correct. Who was the 10th president of the United States?
The 10th president of the United States is John Tyler.
That's correct. Can you tell us the 3 branches of government?
The 3 branches of government is the executive, the legislative, and the judicial.
That's correct. Can you tell us who was 19th president of the United States?
It's Rutherford B. Hayes.
That's correct. Thank you very much. This is unbelievable. Those are just a few of the hundreds of thousands of people that become naturalized citizens every year. That's a big influx. There are those who feel our border should be closed to immigrants, that we're overcrowded. Still others feel the border should be wide open. Immigrants are the lifeblood of this country. Is there a middle ground? I'm talking with Colonel John Herrera, who's head of a new pilot program. Colonel, what is the program? How does it work?
Very simply, we randomly select citizens off the street who appear to have benefited from having lived in America. We ask them a question from the Citizenship Handbook. If they fail to answer correctly, we deport them.
Oh, I see. So to balance the drain on the economy and the new people coming in, we merely deport those people who the government feels no longer deserve to be here.
They don't deserve to be here. I think you'll see what I mean if you select a citizen of the street. Sir, please step this way. Come right over here.
Yeah, what?
How are you today?
I'm fine, thanks.
Enjoying your life here in America?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Would you please tell me who the 19th president of the United States was?
I don't know, Andrew Jackson?
Sorry, that's incorrect. Would you please step in the van, officer?
What do you mean,
Show my hand. Step in my way.
Hey, what are we doing? Hey, let go of me. What? Let go of me. Hey, what are this thing for? Hey, come on. Hey, come on, you guys.
Oh, well, geez, I thought for sure he would have known that one. Oh, miss, can we talk to you? Now, where are you going today?
Just doing some shopping.
Shopping. She could have been studying. The Colonel's got a question for you if you got a minute.
Very simply, would you please tell me how many parts the Constitution has and what they are?
5.
5 parts in the Constitution?
No shopping
Sorry,
today, honey.
Officer, please.
Where am I going? What?
I hope you go someplace cold. You can use the nice jacket you bought here in America.
Oh, he's a nice-looking young man. How are you, sir? Hi. Now, what kind of work you do?
Leasing.
Leasing?
Leasing,
Oh, so you
sales.
probably do make a good living here in America?
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay, the Colonel's got a little question if you have just a minute, okay?
How are you, sir?
Very good, thank
Would you please tell me which state has only 1 house in its legislature?
I don't know what's... I don't know the answer to that
All right,
question.
goodbye.
Okay.
Officers, please, in the van.
Hey, what's going on?
Gee, he should have known that, really, being in leasing. How about this gentleman? Sir, come on over. Your name is?
Bob.
Bob. That's a good American name.
Sure.
All right. What do you do here in America?
I go to school.
Where do you go?
ISU.
ISU. What is your major?
Therapeutic radiation.
Therapeutic radiation. Okay.
Good.
Well, this
All
should
right,
come
good
in
question
handy.
for you then, sir. Can you please tell me the first 3 presidents of the United States?
George Washington.
Very good start.
Come on.
I don't know. I don't know.
Would have been a good time to think about that. Enjoy your new life in Guatemala.
You'll have time to study now. Gee, I guess after you've been doing this for some time, you acquire a knack for it.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, after a while, the questions just become a formality. I can tell by looking at some of these people they're not contributing anything. For instance, this man. Sir, come over here, please. Come here.
Yes, sir?
Enjoying your life here in America?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's over. Get out.
What?
Get out of the country. That's it.
Go
Show
what?
this man the border.
What'd I do? Hey, wait a minute! Hey, what'd I do? Wait!
Colonel, it's been a fun and exciting project. Good luck.
Yeah, not so fast. Let me ask you a question.
If there's one thing I've learned here in Chicago, it's simply that the American dream is alive as it ever was. It's just that a lot of us take it for granted. Maybe we should take more of an interest in our country, study her past, learn all about her. Gee, if only Albany had been the capital. Classic example of our economy at work. These tires are right now probably being recycled back into the economy, providing more jobs and more opportunity for someone else. Let me get my hands on those 3 guys.
Looking for the answers, pushing to stake a claim. Oh yeah.